All right, in these next couple demonstrations, we're going to talk about how you can use oil paint and oil products on top of acrylics. So again, here's another painting, acrylic base of the same really exciting couple of apples. And I'm first going to show you how you can use oil pastel on top of acrylics to get a desired effect. Then we'll talk about oil paint. So I have oil pastels right here. You can find them over there in the room. And I have some, it's like a turpentine alternative. Please don't smell this. Please don't throw it down the drain. Do not ingest it, etc. It's a little bit healthier than normal turpentine, but still don't mess with it. If you get it on your hands, just make sure you wash your hands before the end of class. It's not super toxic if you just get it on your skin. But anyway, it's called turpenoid, and we can use this as a blending agent. So first, I'm going to look at what I have. Started with acrylic paint, and I'm just going to use the oil pastels right on top of my canvas. I don't have to do it in every area. And I do want everybody to come and up and look at these in person, because I know the screen isn't doing it much justice. So using my oil pastels by just laying them down, and if I want to blend, I can dip my brush into this solvent. I don't want a lot on there, so I'm just going to wipe off excess oil on the side of this little canister, and I can come and lightly brush this on, and then these colors will blend. So you're kind of turning, guys, you're turning oil pastel into paint, so to speak. And these are a little bit different. They are not water soluble, like the oil paints that you have been working with are dissolvable with water. These aren't, which is why you need this special solvent. You don't have to use the solvent, but whenever I work this way, and I work this way a lot with my own personal work, because I like the accessibility of acrylics. You can paint with acrylics anywhere. They're super easy to clean up. They're cheaper, but then you can kind of get a desired like oil painting effect without all of the mess, the expense, and dealing with all the chemicals. So I like blending them. You could wait for that to dry, and then if you want textured lines, you could create those over the already blended surface. So again, starting with an acrylic base like we have for each one of these demonstrations, using oil pastel and then this turpenoid to create kind of like an oil paint on top of your acrylic painting. Anybody have questions so far? Okay, I'm going to quickly then show you oil paint on top of... No, are you okay? Sure, just broke. Oh, it's not the first time. Mine broke the other day too. I was pretty bummed out. Here, do you want a new one?
Thank you.
This one's kind of wonky too, so be careful. All right. Sorry about that. So, as if you needed another excuse to be distracted, right? Look up here, please. So I won't take too much time on this one. I have my oil paints here. These are the water-soluble oil paints, so you don't want to use turpenoid. So make sure when you are at the painting stage of this project that you look at the labels on these little jars, because they do look alike. You don't want to use turpenoid. It will not work with water-soluble oils. I can use water, or I can use linseed oil. Water is good to just thin the paint. Linseed oil increases the viscosity, so the flow of the paint, just like water does, but it keeps the paint thicker. So, let's see here. I can just create an oil painting on top of my acrylic painting. You don't want it, this only works with water-soluble oils. So if you're one of the students that has used my set of traditional oils, you want to use water-soluble for this. So you can, my red is really orange. You can create more blendability. Doesn't, the dry time is a lot slower. And you can create kind of a acrylic. You can create an acrylic oil hybrid. The acrylic paint has to go first in this scenario. And you would want to do this in all areas of your piece. Does anybody have any questions?
So after touching it up with that kind of thing, could you touch it up with like the oil pastels again once it's dry, or?
Yeah, you would want to wait until it's dry, but if you wanted, guys, that's a good question. Joey and Ben, do I need to separate you like children? No? Okay, thank you. Crystal asked, can you, once this is dry, Evan, come sit by me right here.
All right.
Okay, yay. We're going to be buddies. Crystal asked, can you go over the acrylic oil painting with oil pastels once it's dry? Yeah, but you'd want to wait for it to dry. Okay, you can have my chair. I'll give you that. Any questions on this method? All right. We have one more left, and then you are free to talk to each other and start creating some cool work.